Hi guys. Today is Monday. It's 4:20. Smoke weed every day. Had to. So, I'm gonna start off with saying happy Taurus season. That's my season. And any Tauruses out there that are born between now and May 20th. So happy birthday to all my Taurians. I love Taurus season. It's spring. It's the epitome of spring for me. That's my favorite season. It's just a rebirth. It's a renewal. It's refreshing. I love Taurus season. So today marks the first day of it. Also, I didn't realize this because I was so out of the loop for so long that my natal Venus is in the sign of Taurus, and Venus is currently in Taurus astrologically. So unbeknownst to me, I had my Venus return this entire time. So can I tell? I don't know. It is, I don't know. I think I can, but some of the details of like how I can tell are kind of way too long to explain here. But for some of you, again, if this is not your thing for astrology, just hang tight. I'll get to it, what I actually do here. But having my Venus return this time is pretty cool too, because my Venus is in Taurus. So if you guys know your astrological signs, when your returns come in, it kind of like exemplifies the characteristics of that particular sign and planet that's in your natal chart, and the characteristics it presents and what you present as a human. So when it has a natal return astrologically in real life, it really brings those characteristics out of you even brighter and more vividly. Depending on where you are in your mental state, it's either going to be really good or it's going to be the shadow side of those things. So, that's a whole other, again, topic. So other interesting things, I think I said before that Uranus is in Taurus right now, but it's leaving on the 24th, thank God. For me, at least. And it enters the sign of Gemini, which it loves to be in Gemini. So that is more of a trailblazing, new ideas, new fresh concepts, blah, blah, blah. So that's always something to look forward to. I'm just glad it's coming out of my sign. And then the bigger thing is something that hasn't happened in quite some time, is we have a lot of heavy planets or heavy hitters that are in the sign of Aries. I believe there's 5, which is Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron. And that's some heavy energy. That's like some heavy, fiery stuff going on. And I definitely can feel it collectively. I can feel it within myself. And it makes sense once I realized all of this was happening. It's some edgy shit. It's some fight now, forgive and forget later, or, really can be really pushy, can be really trailblazing, but, on certain terms, it can also be really aggressive. So yeah, if you guys are feeling like you're just like, oh, you just want to fight, you just want to argue, you just want to slap people upside the head and say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm out, that kind of stuff. If you get the reference, nice. That's a lot to do with it. So yeah, lot of fiery energy going on in the cosmos right now. But I digress. I'm going to start back up with my OG. One of my OGs, my cat deck, because it just feels good to me right now. And, honestly, I cannot remember all the cards we've pulled in the past. So if we get a return, I can't really help it. It is what it is. But as always, just a refresher, whatever falls out, I'll take. But if it's multiple cards, I will not. I do 5 shuffles, and if nothing comes out at all after the 5th shuffle, I take what's off the top, and we go from there. So yeah, let's rock. So here we go. 1, 2. Ugh, these cards are still very rigid and new, so they're kind of hard to handle. 3, 4, and 5. All right. Here we go. Nice. I don't think we've had this one. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is a really lovely card. Again, to refresh you guys, cups in tarot are the equivalent of emotions, aka water. So that's what cups represent in tarot land. For it being the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups is, I guess what I like to call it is like the wish fulfillment card. So in original Rider-Waite Tarot, the Nine of Cups is a guy kind of sitting on a stool, and behind him on a long table is a row of 9 cups. And he's sitting there like kind of smug and happy, like, you know, proud of himself, that kind of look. And essentially it represents like, here's all I've achieved, here's all I have, here's all of the things I've acquired and what I'm proud of and my achievements in my life. And so essentially it's saying with that card that, you know, all he needs is one more cup to complete his collection. And in tarot, a card that has 10s, whether it's 10 of cups, 10 of swords, you know, 10 of wands. Actually, let me rethink that. If it's 10 of cups, it represents full and completion and like a happy ending. It's got like a rainbow on the card. And if it's 10 of pentacles, it's the same thing. The 10 of swords and the 10 of wands have a different connotation to them. But if it's 10 of cups and 10 of pentacles, those are like completion, happy endings, you know, feeling, yeah, just kind of complete as a human. Like you've achieved your goals and you finally achieved the positive ending you've been, you know, striving for. So 9 of Cups is the precursor to that in tarot land. And so as a wish fulfillment and as a reader, if I were to like pull this card for a person, it would say to me that, you know, you've worked really hard for your goals. You've gotten to a really good point in your life where you're really happy with where you are, but you're missing that one thing, or you know, you're ready for that final completion of a task or a goal or an achievement you've had your eyes on. And the 9 of Cups represents to me that you're very close. You're very close to completing that final chapter, to completing where you want to be in your life. It can signify, obviously, emotionally, because cups represent emotions. But it can be tangible things. It can be kind of anything that feels resonant or relevant to you as a person that I'm reading for. But I like the 9 of Cups because it feels almost kind of lucky. Like, you know, you've been sitting and wishing and hoping and praying and all that stuff, and you are close to getting that achievement that you've been hoping for, that wish that you've been, you know, thinking about and ruminating on or desiring or working towards. So I really like this card. It feels good. It feels good for me personally. It feels good for me, you know, to share with you guys because, you know, we need a little good news right now. And I remember personally telling some of my best friends like moons ago that I just said something like, you know, it would really be nice if something just really good happened for once, you know, like, and I don't mean like poo-poo me, I just mean like something really good. Not just like, oh, little things here, like, oh, you know, like X happened today at work or this happened, which yes, we should be counting all our blessings and we should be leaning into all the small things that are good in our lives. Please, 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 don't get me wrong. But I sometimes sit personally and I think about like, when was the last time something really fucking incredible happened in a good way? And it's kind of hard sometimes to remember those moments, or maybe we have taken them for granted in our past. So I often wonder those sometimes, like where I'm like, you know, it would be really cool if like X happened, or it would be really cool if like something really kind of miraculous happened, you know? And I guess we can wish and everything, and it's, you know, we got to be careful what we wish for, obviously. I'm not trying to tell you guys start acting the way I act, because you don't want to be in my shoes. Nobody wants to be up here. But I kind of just mean, this card makes me feel like there's something to look forward to. That there's something to be excited about. So look at that, what you have in your life. What do you have to look forward to? What are you excited about? Or just lean into the good side of the unknown for the future. Not the what ifs of, oh my gosh, what if this happens? Oh my gosh, what if this? What if this? Blah, 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 blah. Like the case of the what ifs is a very, very debilitating thing if we let it run with us. And then, you know, anxiety and all those things. And I'm the queen of anxiety, so I totally get how easy that road can be to go down. But switching your thought process and redirecting those thoughts to, okay, well, what if something good happens? And I think I've said that before in very, very many readings back. Like, what if something good happens? That is a thought process that we really struggle as people to adapt and to stick with. And it can be hard because life does, I don't think life tests you on purpose, but I do believe that certain situations and circumstances are put in front of you so that you can learn and grow how to adapt and how to become more resilient, for sure. I don't think someone's sitting up there fucking with us. I really don't. And it can feel that way. I understand. It can definitely feel that way. But it's all how you flip the switch in your head. And not just automatically assuming worst case scenarios, not automatically assuming that it isn't going to go right. Because when you get a card like this, it reminds me, and it should remind you guys, that what if it goes right? What if it does go right? Like, what if it works out? What if it does happen? What if that good thing you've always wanted does actually come? What if that good thing you've always desired does actually happen? Dream on that. Dream on that, because this is wish fulfillment. It's not just make a wish, it is wish fulfillment, which means we are close. Whoever needs to hear this, whoever wants to hear this, you are close to getting what you want or what you deserve, even if you're not aware of it. And I don't mean like, oh, you're going to get what you deserve, like in a good way. I want to believe that, and I'm going to choose to believe that, because we need to believe that. As a collective, as individuals, we need to believe that things will get better. And they will. And they have in the past, and they will again. Maybe take a moment and think about things that have happened in your life that were just atrocious. And I don't mean tap into PTSD memories and trauma, but just think of things that help remind you that things do get better. What happened in your past that you thought you would never get through? You thought you would never get over? You thought you'd never recover from? And you did. Think of those things, because that right there is proof that it can be done. And if you work really hard, or if you just stay patient, which, oh my God, I can't stress enough how many times I've said that patience is the most difficult thing for me to have. It is worth the wait. Don't give up on yourself, and don't give up on others if this is not applicable to you and you're thinking of someone else. It is worth the wait. And this tells me right here that it is worth the wait, that the fulfillment is coming. And I really feel good about that. I want to lean into that. I choose to lean into it. And I hope you guys do too. Because what else can we do when you feel powerless, or when you feel like you've exhausted all your options, or when you feel like nothing good is happening? Like, it will get better. It will. And I'm saying that to myself right now as I'm saying it to you. Like, I'm thinking these thoughts and saying them to you, and I'm leaning into it myself, because even I need to hear this, you know? Like, for example, any of you that know me really well, I'm still experiencing some things from what happened to me about a month ago. And one of the things I'm still contending with is insomnia. And any of you out there who have dealt with insomnia, I feel your pain. I have never had it before. I mean, I've had bad nights of sleep in my past, but like, I've never had true, legit clinical insomnia. I even look like I have insomnia. Like, I feel like I'm aging overnight. It is medicine related, and I am really struggling with believing that it will go away and that it'll get better. And so maybe this card is just as applicable to me as it is to the rest of you. It will get better. It will. It has to. Because life is not going to stop lifing, and things don't last forever. My mom used to say to me when I was young, which it's super funny looking back on now, but she used to say, it'll get better before you're married. Like, really, Mom? Want to try that again? So that's just a funny, like a ha-ha for me. But, you know, it will get better. And we all need to believe that, including myself. So lean into your wish fulfillment. Lean in hard on what you really want out of life. Not just, tomorrow I want a new car. Like, come on, guys. Don't be superficial about it. I love you, but don't be superficial about it. I'm talking big things. Things of your heart and your mind and your soul, of what really matters to you and that you really want to achieve in this life. And if a car ends up coming down the road too, then hell yeah, but don't make it superficial, okay? You know, just be real and true with what you want within yourself, and lean into that and believe that it will come. It will come, because you manifest your own destiny in your own head. As woo-woo as that sounds, but you know me, I'm the woo-woo girl here. You really do manifest things in your life in some way or another, depending on the mindset you choose to adapt and use in your day-to-day. So really think about the goodness that you have and what you can acquire by just leaning into your hopes and desires in a way that's healthy, productive, positive. And remember, last week we had that devil card. Don't lean into the temptations of wish fulfillment. Don't lean into the things that are going to take you down that wrong path. It could be anything that matters to you guys, but make sure it comes from here and not an ego-based, selfish, desirous place, you know? And that's hard. That line can get really blurry. So I'm here to tell you it can be done. And I think I'll wrap that up. And I love you guys, and I'm going to do my best to keep up with this. It was really hard for me to muster the energy because, you know, insomniac here. But, you know, if I go MIA once in a blue moon every couple of weeks, it's because I'm still struggling with some stuff. So just bear with me. But here's hoping I'll see you again next week, and bye.